I'll be right back. Ah, cutie.
Isaac,
Right.
something is popping up in my mind. Uh, Yesterday, I was in a group of people, a group of friends, and we were asked to contemplate the sentence, "I am the creator of my own life." And for me, I was really sort of twisting it so that it could fit into my own experience.
Mhm.
But afterwards, I really felt, ah, it didn't feel good. It
Mhm.
doesn't feel true to me.
Mhm.
And it really disturbed me that, oh, hmm,
It's like usually when people talk about the I, they talk about the feeling of I. So the feeling of I, which we know comes and goes because every night in deep sleep it's gone, and we've explored and we can see that that sense of I or that feeling of I that feels separate has to do with an activity. It's there's nothing without that activity. That sense of I is gone. So when people talk about that sense of I being the creator of my life, of course it's false. It's not true.
yeah,
And then that that recognition of awareness, or sometimes that gets referred to as I, but not that identified I. But again, that it's such an interesting exploration in a way because we talk about my life, so we can say my circumstance, my all of that stuff. But in the actual moment, in this actual moment, there's what is here? It's okay. Yeah.
yeah. And then it comes to me also that, I mean, in the past, I have been a lot in relationship with like a teacher, guru, or, and I find more and more that I just have to sort of rely on my own, uh, my own experience.
Mhm.
And sometimes, I don't know, in a way, it feels a bit lonely.
So let's just play um, this inquiry. Who am I? So just staying with that inquiry, not as a mental thing, but you can use it as a means of stripping away, not the thoughts, not the feelings, not body, not. I don't know how it is for you, but I know in that inquiry, what happens is it gets quiet in
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
and it doesn't really seem like there's a doer.
No.
And there's a yeah, kind of a deep recognition that there's knowing I am, but there's not knowing what's going on at all. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, that rings
some,
really.
yeah, some other relaxing, I could say. For some, it's shocking, say at first, or scary, because there's been some sense of having control within looking. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's curious because, in the sense, then boundaries don't seem very real. And it's just this, whatever this is, where I can't find a beginning or an end to it. It's like it's, and seems like within that, a whole range of experiences happen. You know, whatever's left of
yeah,
unconscious patterns or whatever that, yeah, doesn't really have anything to do with me. Or they can play.
yeah, it feels true. Yeah. I feel this thing that I just said about being in a relationship with like a guru,
Mm.
that is sort of slipping away.
Yeah. So, you know, that is a worthwhile, just to take a moment, you know, like, what is the guru? Where is it? What is it? You know, so, it,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
you know, guru means teacher, but in this circumstance, it's just like it's really your own heart inviting you to rest. It's like, I don't know.
yeah,
It's words start to get kind of,
yeah. I feel it's like it's this projection sort of. I mean, it's a projection.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, of course, the true guru is right here. Uh,
it's interesting, you know, the word Ramana actually means indweller of every heart,
yeah,
because his actual name was Venkatamaran, something like that. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly.
yeah,
Ramana means indweller of every heart, which is what we're talking about.
yeah, yeah. And then I have been accustomed to projecting the trust
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
The,
Which is great to start to recognize, because, you know, like, our conditioning was to trust authorities. So first it was trust your parents, but then it was like trust the doctor, trust, you know, like,
yeah,
strong conditioning. And then now it seems like, I mean, globally too, there's been a huge, um, uh, you'd say, wait a second, who are the authorities and can I really trust them? You know, it's like,
yeah,
and then, you know, it's like, for me, it's like exploring trust. What does trust actually mean? It's like, So to me, if I use a funny way of saying it, it's just like I can trust a politician to be a liar. I can trust a thief to be a thief. I can trust a junkie to be a junkie or an alcoholic to be an alcoholic. So what am I actually trusting? I'm trusting my knowing, to say it like that. And sometimes if I don't listen, then I can blame, oh, that guy's a thief or something like that. But I knew it somewhere. Just didn't listen to what I knew, and so it's like nothing to do with them. Or was it just for some reason going with an idea or something that had nothing to do with
Yeah.
my own knowing? I mean, in a way, it's a funny thing to say, but that really came into very strong view over the whole COVID story. It's just like,
Yeah. Yeah, I think with trust, for me, it's not about believing in something. It's sort of relying on my own experience.
yeah. So I would say rather than experience, just what's the difference between experience and knowing?
Say it
And
again.
it's not, what's the difference between experience and trusting your own knowing? Not
Mm,
your own knowledge, but your knowing, which is
yeah,
something different than experience even. It's just like there's a knowing. It's just like,
yeah, 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 exactly.
and the thing with knowing is, it's like it's like learning to listen, like something there's something that knows, and we either listen to it or we listen to what our thinking is telling us or something, it's like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. It really feels like that. Giving room to the listening.
yeah, yeah.
Mm, yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
Mm. Thank you. A lot of fine distinction happening.
Yeah.
It's so strange because we live in a time now of AI where, it's possible to make someone say something and it's not even the person, it's just completely made up. It's absolute. So it's like somehow you look at the, that looks like AI. Okay. Well, not, it looks so convincing.
Just your own knowing. It is so covered with all this informations and thinkings and
conditioning,
it's
all that
broad.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how often over the course of the years of being in this function that people come with some circumstance, and it's like the thinking is trying to work out what the best solution is. What should I do? Can you tell me, Isaac? And I go, well, I don't have a clue. It's just like it's just like what I know is that if there's not quietness, it's impossible to see clearly. It's almost impossible to see clearly. And I know when the system gets quiet, none of it really matters anyway.
Yeah, that's yeah. And with this distance or this distance or seeing that we are not the body, what is not really clear here. I hear it again and again, but it's in a way it's not really clear. It's trying to see it clear that there is a body and there is this seeing. And for the body, yeah, this whole health issue and taking medicine or not taking medicine or yeah, what is the own knowing then there? Yeah, in the quietness, that's most true, but how to stay with the quietness when there is so much, yeah, again and again the same.
So when you speak about the body, usually you say my body, yeah?
Yes.
It's a possession.
Yeah.
My watch, my car, my boyfriend,
Yeah.
my job. So when it's a possession, who is the what is the my? If you say my body, so it's not you, it's possession, yeah?
Yeah.
So then very often we think of, oh, I'm in the body. This is, my vehicle, like my car, I'm in my car.
Well, but the whole experience is through the body. Without the body, but then that's nothing. In deep sleep, there is nothing.
Well, it looks like that.
Yeah,
we hear these stories of people floating above the body and seeing what's going on with them in the dying process or being operated on. The body's unconscious. And yet something is aware and floating and seeing, and they can tell the doctors exactly what happened, what conversations they had, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yet, for most of the time we think, okay, it's the body that's experiencing. Yet we know a dead body doesn't experience anything.
Where is the experience watcher then?
So what is it that's experiencing? Because it's not the
Yeah.
body. The body, when it's whatever that life is, and that we can't say what it is, yeah?
No.
Yeah. But to think it's the body that's experiencing, how can it be? If it's dead, it doesn't experience anything.
Yeah.
That there is experience, I don't think anyone can deny. And at the same time, I don't think anyone can say that the experience you're having is not interpreted through conditioning or through trauma. Or even, I mean, you know how easy it is for our senses to be deceived by. I'm sure you've looked at a lot of these things that they, play with your perception.
Mm.
Things look different sizes, and then they show you, and actually they're all the same size. They look at the different colors, but it's just, like optical illusions, I call it. Yeah.
Mm.
And just in this moment, just for a moment, how much of this bodying activity do you actually experience?
A few.
A little bit, tiny
A
little
little
bit.
bit.
It's a little bit. It's really a little bit.
Yeah. Mm. And we can leave it.
And we've seen how much our experience changes by just whether we've had enough sleep, whether there's a strong activation or a thought, and the whole chemistry is unbalanced, and our experience is very different. So, just at this moment, you were saying about this not being sure about not being the body. Just how does it seem now? You haven't tried to change anything. You just looked at a few things.
Yeah, actually, it's like it is. There is a sense of the body, and there's this recognition, and there's watching you and the others, and being here, and everything.
And then who are you?
Yes.
And who are you? Just go with that
Yeah.
again. Who are you?
Yeah.
So this body, there's awareness of it. So again, it's an object to you.
Yeah.
What's the subject?
Can't say it's there,
Can't say.
but
Yeah.
can't say.
And this idea that you are the body, does that seem clear or not clear at this moment?
Something tries to get it with the mind, and then it gets confused. It's
but I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
This the subject that's aware of the body as an object, that knows it's not the object.
Yeah. There's no question about that.
There's no question about it. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Oh, is it? I'm in a relationship with a man that I've realized it's not beneficial for me to stay in this relationship. And that recognition is bringing up, I guess, what I'll call abandonment wounding, which is quite painful. And there seems to be a lot of it.
Let's play, Sarah. Okay. So
Sorry, what was that?
let's play. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what is a relationship?
I've heard you speak about this before, about
Yeah, so now we're looking at it fresh.
The
Now we're
ships.
looking, yeah, now we're looking at it fresh. So we're just playing, like nothing serious. You don't have to believe anything. We're just looking together. You don't have to agree with me or disagree with me. I'm just asking you. Okay, so we have this is an idea of relationship. And we're just looking, what is that idea? What is it actually?
Just an idea.
It's an idea. Cool. Okay. So then the next question is, once you see that it's an idea, it doesn't mean that, like within that idea, there'll be all kinds of movements and like information, you could say, because that idea gives some sense of identity and the sense of belonging, and all kinds of things just come from just that idea. A me and a you and all that. So we've all, I could say, gone down that track. An idea seems to be real. And so, it's like, I'm trying to find a good analogy. So, somehow we get an idea about something. Doesn't matter, whatever, an upset happens, and we show that someone has done something. And for years we can be upset about it, and then after somewhere we learn that actually none of that was true. It's like now, there's been all these years of being upset and having a strong feeling and all that stuff, and suddenly you find out, no, it was all based on misinformation, basically, nothing true. So you found yourself in this idea of relationship, and within that idea, there's a whole bunch of spoken and unspoken agreements. It's like, I'm going to be, we say, we make commitments, and but again, it's a funny thing, because I ask people, how many of you still make New Year's resolutions? And almost nobody does. And say, why not? Because we never keep them. Okay. So yeah, you get together with someone and say, look, I'm going to be with you forever, through thick and thin, through whatever, until death us to part, or I change my mind. You often leave that out, but it is the way it is. There's some interest in spending time together, and as you get together, you see, okay, there's patterns play. And sometimes you could say those patterns are painful to recognize, but they help, you could say, them to fall away. And sometimes they get locked in. You can see it's not helping to stay in that dynamic any longer. And that really what that is then is a very big yes to ourselves. It's like, you could say, listen, okay. So you've been exploring with another person. At this point, it sounds like it's come to the point of seeing that it's not useful to continue. Doesn't mean that there's not love there, doesn't mean there's not respect. It just means there's patterns playing that are playing in a way that are not resolving, and that are, not worthwhile keeping yourself in that dynamic. And so that's quite a mature step to go, okay, look, it's like, thank you for doing this dance with me as long as it's been. And sorry for any clumsiness on my, when patterns have been playing and how it's played out between us. So, there's never been bad intention. I realize, it's like we all, when life is living us through patterns, it's always clumsy and projecting. And so I guess we can always say sorry. I don't know how it seems to you, but to me it always seems like.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. And so now what you actually brought was, so we've just covered now, there's a movement happening in you. And within that movement, just recognizing that actually that movement is a very big yes to your own heart and to your own well-being. But then what was coming up was, what you spoke about was a sense of abandonment. But in truth, you're not abandoning it.
Without the label, it's more just intense pain that has this pull to fix.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So then we can leave abandonment. Because actually in this saying yes to yourself, you're not abandoning yourself. It's exactly the opposite. It's exactly the opposite. And so now, in my language, and you can just see if it resonates for you or not, but when I've stepped into this idea of relationship, with it comes like some sense of security, some sense, like a bunch of things that were made up. They weren't real, actually. But, it's like somehow there was a taking comfort in them. And then when you see actually it's not happening anymore, it's like, to me, it always felt like I had to pay back all the good stuff I took that wasn't real with interest. And that was the devastation and stuff. But another way of speaking it is like, it's heartbreaking in a certain way, you could say. It's like, because there is love, and obviously. But then it's a question of like whether the heart breaks open or breaks closed. So breaking closed would be they wrong, they bad, I'm wrong, I'm bad. Why did I get into this? Breaking open would be, wow, thank you for this time together. Whatever matured in me, I'm grateful for. And I'm grateful for that there's enough maturity to say, this isn't healthy for me anymore. And you're not wrong, I'm not wrong. It's like, really, it's
Really quite beautiful.
It's actually beautiful. Yeah, it's like, wow. Not always comfortable, I could say, because part of so-called being in relationship is maybe having touch and sensuality and sexuality. That then it's like, wow, am I going to get that again, or how will that happen again for me? But I'm here. I'm on my own feet, and something in me is taking care of myself, and I'm grateful that I'm at that stage in life where it can stand up for itself. And
I think it's the desire for a much deeper companionship.
Yeah, beautiful.
As opposed to the surface level.
Yeah, it's just getting like like you say, there's like getting very basic needs met, like just someone to watch television with, and then there's something deeper.
Yeah.
So, sounds like you're on track in a beautiful way. And for sure, it's like there'll be different touches in it, but are beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, you know, my story, like with Micah, we lived together and traveled together we were 24/7 together for years. And then at some point I could see there were dynamics playing that were not healthy for either of us. And I could see my stubbornness of not wanting in. Like, come on, we can work this out. And wanting to stay in it. But at some point I realized actually it was clear to me if I didn't step out, my body was going to drop. It's like that's how stubborn, you know, this system was, and how and so you know, stepping out was not the easiest thing that ever happened, but it was like, I'm not stepping out on you, I'm stepping out on a dynamic. It's clear. And we still live together. We live together in the same home and there's so much love and respect and appreciation for each other. That didn't mean, it didn't mean whatever breaking up means. It just meant I'm stepping out of those patterns. That's it. Yeah, there's love. It's just the love is so much here, and the respect and the appreciation. So maybe that's helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. You said that you felt like your body was going to drop, or if you had have stayed, your body was going to drop. And I think my experience is just like such a heavy weighted, almost like I could potentially get sick by staying.
Well, yeah, that was what I mean. For me, it was like I could realize, I could feel my life was leaving because I was in a compromised circumstance that was painful to the one closest to me and painful to me. And I knew that stepping out would be painful to her. And that was the loss, you know, like somehow there was an entanglement with thinking that I was causing that pain. But I, you know, as I looked, that was what made me see, look, actually, it's nothing in me that's causing the pain. It's any pain that's there isn't her even doing it. It's just unconscious stuff that's still there left to see. So it was beautiful untangling for me because, you know, we were so telepathic. We still are that telepathic that I could feel everything she was going through, and to not want to do anything to help her to come out of it, to keep my hands off it completely was major for me. And what was beautiful was she also didn't project it onto me, which was really surprising. Lucky, I guess. So it's a rich time. It's really you know, but we've been conditioned to think, oh, I failed again, not relating. There must be something wrong. I don't see it like that at all.
And I just realize it's time.
Yeah.
For many things.
Yeah, good. Great. So,
thank you so much.
yeah, thank you. And just out of curiosity, just to ask, was that conversation useful for anybody else in the Sangha? Just to see that conversation was useful. Cool. Thanks. Esther.
Hey, Isaac.
Hi, Esther. Ah, Billy. Hey, Billy.
Hi, Isaac.
I would love to rest, but there's still something on my mind, what you said about the deep knowing or the experience that, for example, someone is a thief. You said politicians are lying, and yes, I can agree. But the thief has stolen something, and not only one time, but you said I don't know it really. There's experience that someone had done this. He stole something, and but how can it be a deep knowing that he's a thief?
You know, one time in the retreat, you might have even been at that retreat, but someone came into the meeting and said, "Look, I just want to tell everyone you need to be careful with your money. I left
Yes, I was there.
€500 in my room and it was taken."
Yes.
And I said, "Look, I'm sorry, but when I asked of the group, how many people you have never stolen anything?" And there wasn't anybody in the room. So I said, "Look, So yes, we've all done everything actually in a certain way, but it's for some of us, it might have been something that happened once, and it's definitely not part of our ongoing way of functioning. I could say it like that. And yet there are people that their profession is thieves. When I say their profession, that's how they function. It's ongoing.
And the background of my question is my brother, who is lying and blaming and shouting, and I know it. These are his patterns. Maybe I would like that the patterns can change. Maybe.
Yeah. The chances of patterns changing, unless there's a deep interest in truth, are very small. At least that's my experience. I don't know. You have to see for yourself. So with a brother, a family member, someone close in, it's like, okay, that is the patterns. You see them. And then what's a healthy way for you to relate that doesn't have a big cost for you? That's the way I see it. And maybe you see it different, but it's just like to wish that patterns change. Usually it won't happen unless there's a deep interest in truth.
Yes, thank you. It's my sister. She always says, "Oh, it can change," and I'm convinced that the next years I can't do anything. I have to look at that these systems will stay healthy with hope.
And I think that's wisdom. It's like you're not hoping. It's like, okay, that's a pattern that's playing. There's still love. There's still whatever else there is there, but it's also being aware, not putting yourself in a circumstance where you a victim of those patterns, because they're going to play.
Okay, thank you. I would love to rest a little.
Yeah, with pleasure. And look, again, it feels funny me speaking, but I'm just telling you how it is for me, and you can see if it resonates for you or not.
Yes.
Oh, Susanna. Hi, Susanna.
Hello, Isaac. What gets quite intense or comes to that it shows the last weeks is this habit of self judgment or
Mhm.
you know it's making me miserable. So
Mhm.
commenting everything. Wow, it's really
So if you look, you could see that if it was up to you, that would not happen.
no.
So clearly it's not you. It
No.
has to do with old information.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, that is the information that your system received.
Yeah, and it's
That-
never
that-
enough,
yeah.
never good
Yeah.
enough.
And so, it's like recognizing that that mechanism is in some ways actually trying to help you. But then for the first time, you have the opportunity to say, not trying to change it, I'm not trying to fix it, just going, okay, I notice this habit. I see you trying to help me, and thank you for trying to help me all these years. But in this moment, is it necessary or useful? Just this moment alone.
Mm.
That's all.
Mm.
Just yes or no. And then you just see. Because a lot of times, it has an existential component, so it feels like it's keeping you alive in some way.
Mm.
So you're not trying to change it. You're not, it's like, okay, whatever that pattern is, it's trying to help. But just checking this moment and this moment only, is it necessary or useful?
Mm.
And just watching, because now your system's getting new information. And if something relaxed in your system and you can sense it, then you can see that your assessment, that it's not useful, was accurate because you didn't die.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's important to recognize. Thank you. I see you've been trying to help me survive. And I checked and it's not necessary, and I was accurate. And I didn't die. Yeah. So just wherever there's anything left of that, you just repeat that process as many times as it takes. It's like it's a simple little process. It's not a big deal. It's just like, okay, thank you. Thank you for trying so hard all these years, but just not necessary.
Yeah, otherwise it starts a fight and then it's getting
Exactly. Then it's
worse.
getting more energy. Yeah.
Mm. Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you. Good. Hey.
Just would like to sit quietly and
With pleasure.
just be.
Thanks.
Oh, yesterday,
For some reason, your sound is not. I'm not hearing you clearly, James. I'm not sure what's going on with your sound, but I hear sounds, but I can't make sense of them. Thanks, James. Thanks.
Check. Somehow the interest in this love affair did take over or so my system suddenly. It's waking up in all my cells, and I was inquiring on the thought people should not be conditioned. And but I was so entangled with this thought, actually, I realized, and then this interest came up from, because normally it's there in the background, but now I suddenly feel it in all my cells, and yeah, like there is an allowance now to live that way instead of searching for these people who are conditioned. And normally I like their love, and I'm not very successful in that at that moment in the relationships. But now this interest is, yeah, I don't know. It's a kind of wakening up everywhere in and it's not a doing, it's what's happening to me. Yeah. Because this interest was always there. I know I've been here for years.
Bhakti said, in this love affair, you make yourself beautiful for that. And then it's because the final step, you cannot make yourself. It takes you, it has to take you. But it takes you when you make yourself beautiful for it. And like just being available again and again for inquiry. It's like,
yeah, it feels like kind of a warm fire or so, which is coming from beneath.
Mm.
Yeah, I know you know as well or so, and I don't know. Normally, when I see people have it, there is always a little bit of kind of jealousy or something or competition in it, but that's falling away as well now. It's just a normal movement.
Thank you, Eva, for hosting. Thank you, beloveds, for being here. Love, peace, beauty.